Today, I want to share with you 50 quiet moments. Small, simple, unexpected, yet each of them changed me forever. Not moments from friends, family, or people I knew, but from strangers, people I met once, people whose names I never learned, people who walked into my life for only a few seconds and somehow left footprints that stayed. The first moment happened on a cold morning. I brought a cup of hot coffee to a homeless man shivering on the sidewalk, but instead of thanking me, he looked at me gently and said, "Are you doing okay today?" A question I hadn't heard sincerely in a long time. The second moment came from a little girl on a bus hugging an old, torn teddy bear. When I asked why she didn't get a new one, she whispered, "Because this one stayed when I cried." The third moment was from an elderly woman on a train who noticed my stress and said, "Don't live faster than life. Everything has its own timing." The fourth was a janitor who told me, "I'm not just cleaning floors. I'm cleaning people's worries." The fifth was a stranger who helped me pick up things I dropped on the street and said, "Today I help you. Tomorrow you help someone else." The sixth was an old man feeding birds who told me, "Life isn't against you, it's testing your strength." The seventh was a street vendor smiling brightly and saying, "Being sad won't make work easier." The eighth was a young man stopping someone from cutting in line. "Respect is free, bro." The ninth was a boy telling his mom, "I like rainy days. They make everyone slow down." The 10th was a taxi driver who said, "I'm not getting older. I'm collecting stories." The 11th was a woman on a bench saying, "Everyone gets tired. Just don't get tired alone." The 12th was an elderly man with memory loss, apologizing for asking for directions. He said, "Better to bother someone kindly than be silent and rude." The 13th was a waitress who said, "No one is born to be treated like they don't matter." The 14th was a little boy splitting his only ice cream with his sister. Half is still better when you share. The 15th was a woman in a bookstore telling me, "Choose the book you're scared to read. It knows what you're avoiding." The 16th was a bus driver saying, "No day is meaningless. Sometimes you just don't see its meaning yet." The 17th was a young man holding the door for me. "I'm not in a hurry. We don't always need to be." The 18th was a boy sitting in the rain. "Rain doesn't ask if I'm okay. It just falls." The 19th was a woman saying, "If someone leaves, let them. Your road isn't meant for everyone." The 20th was an old man saying, "You didn't fail. You're just not there yet." The 21st was a little girl handing me a tissue when I coughed. No words, just kindness. The 22nd was a man who said, "Kindness doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong enough to stay gentle." 23rd was an elderly couple holding hands. The secret: forgive many times. The 24th was a woman saying, "You don't have to fit anyone. The right people won't make you try." The 25th was a stranger saying, "You're not late. You're arriving at your own time." The 26th was a street artist saying, "Doesn't matter if it's good. It matters that it's yours." The 27th was a woman watching the sunset. "Bad days don't last. Look, the sun still sets beautifully." The 28th was a man walking his dog, saying, Go slower. The world is kinder when you do. The 29th was a mother with her child, whispering, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. That's enough. The 30th was a heartbroken young man saying, I'd rather hurt from loving than feel nothing. The 31st was a stranger saying, not everyone will understand you. Live your life anyway. The 32nd was a woman in a cafe saying, go of what weighs you down. Your hands need space for new things. The 33rd was an elderly man saying, time doesn't heal. It teaches you to live with your pain without fear. The 34th was a young man laughing, I like failing. 35th was a woman saying, if you don't love yourself, you'll always need others to prove your worth. The 36th was a child saying, I don't need to win. I just want to have fun. The 37th was an old man saying, don't worry what people think. They're worrying what you think too. The 38th was a woman saying, love someone who makes you want to be better. The 39th was a wise old man saying, life isn't right or wrong. It's aligned or misaligned. The 40th was a stranger saying, live like you matter, because you do. The 41st was a young girl saying, don't look for perfect people. Look for honest ones. The 42nd was a man saying, if you're scared, do it scared. The 43rd was an elderly woman whispering, happiness makes no noise. It's been here all along. The 44th was a young man saying, don't need to be great to start. You just need to start. The 45th